Our big story at 5 o'clock. A car slams into the back of a police motorcycle, injuring the officer riding it. The car speeds off, but it was two people who just saw what was going on and followed the suspects who saved the day. What they did aided police so they could pull over the suspects and make the arrest. Thanks for joining us. I'm Richard Ransom.
And I'm Claudia Barr. This all began at Lamar and Democrat and ended a few minutes later at Bill Morris Parkway and Riverdale late this morning. And the only reporter at that scene, you know it, was 3 on your side watchdog Mike Matthews. Mike.
Claudia, this is a story of a couple of guys who said they had to do something. They saw a motorcycle officer get hit, thrown into the air and hit the pavement. And they saw the people who hit that officer drive off. Instead of not wanting to get involved, they became examples of what makes Memphis different from other cities. It's just after 11 in the morning at the intersection of Lamar and Democrat. A police officer has been tossed from his motorcycle to the pavement after being hit from the rear, and his fellow officers are doing everything they can to help. What happens a short time later on the Bill Morris Parkway is what makes this story different, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. When the accident happened, a few other people got a good look at it.
This vehicle went around the motorcycle and took off, and that's when I turned back around and I started chasing him down Lamar Avenue.
So they followed the vehicle, and they called police, all the while trying to make sure that these guys wouldn't get away. Down the South Loop, over to the Bill Morris Parkway.
They tried to get off on Kirby Parkway, but I jumped over in front of them and blocked that, and they swerved back on the right lane.
Police were now involved, and they all ended up blocking the subjects in just before the Riverdale exit. 3 people from the silver car were taken into custody. You can see an area on the front bumper of that car that looks as though it hit something. The suspects didn't put up a fight, but that doesn't mean they wanted to give up. How fast were they rolling out here?
Man, they were giving it all they had. I guess about 110, 120, you know.
It wasn't until it was all over that these 2 guys realized what they did. What they did was put their lives on the line to make sure that somebody who hurt a police officer wouldn't get away.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking I may get shot by this crazy guy, but I don't know. It was a cop, so that was just instinct.
I had to do something, you know. Couldn't let them just get away like that.
Now, this afternoon, Memphis police have made an arrest and charged someone in connection with this accident. Take a look at this picture. That's Avanamar Perez. He's 21 years of age. He was charged this afternoon with leaving the scene of an accident and driving a vehicle that was not registered. He was the driver, the police say, of the vehicle that hit the police officer and then left the scene. And if it weren't for those 2 people tonight who said they just had to do something because it just wasn't right what they saw, who knows how this story would have turned out. Reporting live, Mike Matthews, News Channel 3.